this event, it is set for one fall. Introducing first from El Paso, Texas, weighing 216 pounds, Hector Guerrero. His opponent from the State Patrol, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker.
Oh, he's got his ticket book out there. I'm sure you're familiar with ticket books too, Dutch. And as we see Hector Guerrero into the ring, you had to be overly impressed with Hector's performance last week right here on NWA Worldwide Wrestling. What an outstanding performance. He looked phenomenal last week.
Yes, he was great. He's good. I'm not going to take it. Oh, he's doing that stupid roll again. I hate that roll. You know, I'm not going to knock him. If he ever does that to me, I said last week I would knock him down in Nicaragua. I would knock him either farther south than that. I would knock him down like in Colombia or Chile somewhere, farther south. I'd get him out of all of Latin America.
Too quick. Buddy Lee Parker, but Hector takes him right off his feet. And the fans already appreciating the quickness of the man from El Paso.
And I didn't like your attitude. What did you say? He was going to write him a ticket. Dutch, you're familiar with that. What did you mean by that? You've never had a speeding ticket.
Well,
you've never had a parking ticket.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the same boat I am. The only thing is I don't pay mine and you pay yours probably.
Side headlock, takedown.
I file my tickets away. When the policeman gets back in the car, I roll my window down the other side and I just throw it out on the road.
You know, Dutch, the NWA will be coming back to Texas. Hector's going to be on many of those cards in Texas. We'll be down in Edinburgh, Pan American University very soon, and down in the Valley. Hector being Corpus Christi, and I know all the great fans want to see him, as well as Jose Lothario's assigned many of the matches down that way as a special referee. Look at that great roll from Hector Guerrero. Once again, Hector, well-conditioned, great maneuvers, and a lot of poise.
Yes, he's all those things and probably more. Has Hector Guerrero paid you any extra money to say all these nice things about him?
Come on, Dutch, I can see. I've seen.
Now look, I'm going to sit here like the journalist I am, the reporter I am,
all right,
and I'm going to have an objective view about this. It seems like your view is more subjective than it is objective.
Into the ropes. Great maneuver by...
Yes, a great maneuver.
Thank you.
Right, a great maneuver by Buddy Lee Parker. He's my good friend. And also, I want to take a little offense here with you. When I said Sting was in the joint, you said, oh, no, you don't know about these guys.
Neither do you. Look at that. A drop kick in midair. Out of a backdrop. Head scissors. And again. And out goes Buddy Lee Parker. Guerrero's going to follow him out.
Now, why is he following him out?
Conditioning right there. Parker wanted to stall for time. Dutch, you know as well as I do. He wanted to stall for time, so he went right in and got him, or went right out and got him.
If a baseball batter is up there and he steps out of the box, would you be saying, oh, he's stalling for time, he's stalling for time? Of course he is. He's trying to slow the momentum down on Hector Guerrero.
Two different games.
I think it's a great move on his part.
Rolls him up. Parker got out of it. I do want to, oh, great kick, and down goes Buddy Lee Parker.
You know, this Guerrero, he just doesn't stop, does he?
He's up top.
He just keeps coming.
Hector Guerrero. Right on the shoulder of Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. And the fans love it.
See, he learned that maneuver running from the police in El Paso, I'm sure.
Dutch.
Jumping fences.
See, how do you know that?
Well,
you don't know
he's
that.
from El Paso. I spent a lot of time in El Paso.
Here's the roll. We saw it last week. That's it. Yes, sir.
Oh, no. He did it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Hector Guerrero.
And the fans love Hector Guerrero here.
Well, I don't know how much they love him here, but we're going to look at the replay here. He hooks him in this roll, and I don't even know what you even call this. I call it the tamale roll, I guess, for lack of a better name. But he rolls him around, and Buddy Lee Parker is all confused. And when he finally stops, Buddy Lee Parker's shoulders are down for the 3 count. Hector Guerrero, his second win in a row on Worldwide Wrestling right here.
Before we go to our next match, we have some pre-recorded comments from the Latin sensation, Hector Guerrero.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hector Guerrero back in the NWA. Not only proud, but thanking God for the willing and the opportunities that he gives me. I'm great, and I'm happy, and I'm ready. I'd like to say some words in Spanish for all my Spanish friends and all my Latin friends. Queridos amigos, hay una ola mexicana, hay una ola latina, no nomás mexicana, pero en que todos debemos expresarnos. El gigante, José Lotario, su servidor, ahí vamos a estar. Necesito su apoyo, siempre con ustedes, viviendo siempre en Dios y arriba con ustedes, arriba amigos.
Back on WCW Saturday night, Tony Schiavone, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and stand by fans. A rumor has been circulating in the offices of World Championship Wrestling this week, and we're going to try to substantiate that rumor here in just a minute. It is a blockbuster as it relates to WCW Monday Nitro. Good to see Hector Guerrero with us. Here's a man, a great veteran in the sport, older brother of Eddie Guerrero, and he is out here for family because what has happened over the past couple of weeks to his younger brother, Eddie. Eddie, not 100% right now. It's not a good thing to have happened to Eddie because of World War III right around the corner, but Eddie severely bruised up at the hands of Diamond Dallas, and then, of course, that was intensified by Chris Benoit recently.
Yeah, and Tony, you know, I said this about the families, the Texicans, if you will. My homies, the Guerreros, they just keep coming at you. And if you're going to start a fight with somebody, you don't want to start it with that family. And Chris Benoit, see, with that devilish woman, come on, walking out there. You know, heavily taped there, too. What a mess he got into.
It happened last week here on WCW Saturday night. Chris Benoit was leaving the ring, and then he was attacked by members of the Dungeon of Doom. Of course, Big Bubba was there. Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster, waited on him. You heard what Kevin Sullivan just said on this program. It is getting very personal, and has been personal between these two men who will try to settle the score. But Benoit, look at his eyes, Dream.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll take on every member of the Dungeon of Doom by himself if need be.
Yeah, he is so intense. And he's got his work cut out for him in there with Hector Guerrero now, unless he catches him just like he's doing right here, right off the bat, because Hector Guerrero, I mean, he's one of the finest athletes in the world. Bottom line, Taskmaster saying it's personal. I mean, where's he been? It's become personal a long time ago. It is personal. He made it personal. So bottom line, the Taskmaster has a plan, obviously. But Chris Benoit, I mean, man, we remember these guys fighting all the way into the bathrooms in Baltimore, Maryland.
And they're going to,
are they going to be there again?
They're going to be there again on the 23rd. Oh! Hector Guerrero with a great high-risk maneuver. And sending Benoit crashing now on the floor. And the fight is going on here on WCW Saturday night. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that Hollywood Hulk Hogan is going to be at WCW Monday Nitro live on TNT at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. However, I have heard of a very, very strong rumor that Roddy Piper will be at Nitro as well.
Yeah.
If that is the case, what in the world is going to happen when Hogan and Piper are live on the same program?
It's going to be a fight. They're going to be a fight. And in a little while later, I'm going to give you, like I said, a real good American Dream Dusty Rhodes take on these two guys, and what could happen. Speculation, yeah, but I guarantee you there's a fight brewing, and it's a big fight, and it ain't nothing pretty. Like right here, Chris Benoit, intensity in his eyes is he's wanting to fight somebody. We all want to fight somebody.
No question about that, and that is the big rumor that we've been hearing all week, that Roddy, here's an inside cradle, 1, 2, almost got a 2 count. McPatrick seems to be a little bit lighter on his feet this week for some reason. Getting down a little bit quicker here, and
he's light on his feet.
A little lighter on his feet. A little quicker to get down and make the count.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what.
Do I have to explain everything that I say to you?
Yeah, sometimes, because that makes no sense to me.
Well, there you go.
He's lighter.
And 90% of what you say make no sense to me. But
here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. And the Hatfield and McCoy.
And pulling back on the top rope. But I can tell you right now, Piper, you know and I know, he has heard the past couple of weeks what Hulk Hogan has said. Hulk Hogan basically has had his own little forum at the end of Nitro.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you later on what he said this past Monday on Nitro about Piper. You know, Piper, if he comes, and that rumor is very, very strong,
yes,
that he is going to have a major confrontation on his hands.
Well, like I said, I got some thoughts on it. And we're seeing a devastating bout right here on Saturday night, right here on the mothership. Hector Guerrero going up top, could go ahead and put him away right here. He knows how to put a man away. Cut him good. Oh,
but did not cover him. That's right. Rolled off, enabling Benoit to get back to his feet, and that could be a mistake. Trying to abdominal stretch here.
Well, he's trying to hook him, and Benoit's got a hold of the ropes.
Oh, boy, and I mean those elbows hard against the temple. That time of Hector.
And what is Nick Patrick? Look at him.
Oh, pick up in a power bomb. 1, 2. That time he wins it with a power bomb.
Yeah, he did. Wow.
He's ripping off the tape. And he is storming back to the dressing room area.
Well, you better watch out here. You see the power bomb, Tony, we were talking about right here on Saturday night. He went ahead and got him, but yeah, go ahead.
A cameraman is following him back. He is in Hugh Morris's dressing room.
Who he is?
Chris Benoit. Let's go. Let's take it right now. Match. And for Dean Malenko, it's more than just a title match. Here's been a man who's been so focused on titles throughout his career as LAZER returns to action in World Championship Wrestling, first time in many years. And he now is after a man, he being Dean Malenko, and that's Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, and that's true. And that's a tremendous matchup of great athletes getting ready to get down on it. And Malenko, whether he has the right gripe or not, or Eddie does, that thing is really coming to head. And can I mention this, too?
Sure.
First time, we both know, we commented on tonight when we were talking to run around the arena here. First time I seen LAZERTRON, I was on a javelina hunting trip down in Kingsville, down in Hollinger, Texas, and I'd seen this young man LAZERTRON, and remember me and you talked when he came there, I said, this guy's got a lot of ability. That's before we've seen any cruiserweight. I'm talking about LAZERTRON. So what I'm telling you, fans, is if he gets off the mark and Eddie Guerrero gets off slow like he sometimes does, you can look for an upset right here because this matchup is really good. So I'll let you into that. There it is. Right, that's where LAZERTRON's from.
The masked man LAZERTRON and Eddie Guerrero in this one-on-one matchup. And we do understand that Dean Malenko is here this week in the locker room area. And he and Lee Marshall will be conducting the interview.
That's going to be a good one. Stagger Lee. What do you call him? Hollywood.
Lee's the man from California.
As he say, from the left coast.
That's what he is.
Unless you're standing facing the other coast. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Side headlock. Eddie brings LAZERTRON down into a head scissors.
LAZERTRON a little bit bigger, too, than Eddie Guerrero. But usually about a year, Eddie just fights fire with fire and quickness and the staying power that Eddie Guerrero has, the no-give-up power that Eddie Guerrero has is what makes him a great athlete. LAZERTRON with a nip up right there. Nice move, arm drag. I told you about this guy. LAZERTRON.
Fundamentally sound as a wrestler. There is no question about that. Still to come, fans. Lex Luger makes a challenge to the NWO. Will the challenge be signed? We have not had confirmation on that as of yet, but the WCW Championship Committee heard what Luger said. You will hear it, and they will meet on that, we understand, this weekend.
Well, they've been meeting on it. They've been meeting more this weekend, but you look for Monday Nitro, we got to have something in senior. You know what I mean?
No question about that, and we'll also show you Sting standing side by side with the NWO.
He was not standing side by side with the NWO.
Over the top goes the LAZERTRON. A little crisscross going here.
Slide safe.
How about that? Eddie slides through. Great balance by Eddie Guerrero, sending LAZERTRON to the ropes. Here comes LAZERTRON and Eddie. Oh my goodness, a great backbreaker.
Yeah, LAZERTRON did that, but he left out the backbreaker part.
Wow.
He didn't get him good. Eddie Guerrero come back and got him in the backbreaker.
You know as well as I do, Dream, Eddie is as upset as anyone about what happened to Dean Malenko. You saw the photographs from Super Brawl, how upset he was. He just wanted to prevent Six from stealing the belt again.
Yeah, and that's just the NWO again, trying to get us fighting amongst ourselves. You know what I mean? Eddie Guerrero, yes. Eddie Guerrero respects Dean Malenko and vice versa. You know what I mean? They want to win when they face each other, not in that way that it happened. And so, you know, I mean, I can see both sides of the story. Oh, LAZERTRON now backing off, but I think it's a ploy to get Eddie to move in close. Don't shake his hand, Eddie Guerrero, to find yourself in deep trouble.
Doesn't want to shake his hand is what he said.
Well, he's walking over to him. Just go ahead and nail him while you're there.
Oh!
He pulled him by the ear, got him by them little bitty horns. That would be called a spike if you were out deer hunting.
Into the turnbuckle and a back body drop. Ahead of steam. LAZERTRON with a good body press from the ropes and gets a 2 count.
That was a nice move. LAZERTRON, like I said, I laid this on you, fans, before it come out. Is a tremendous athlete. But Eddie's a stayer. He stays there at the bell ring. You've got to really...
Got a 2 count.
Yeah, you got to really be on top of your game to put him away. talking one, Eddie Guerrero.
Sends Eddie in, over the top, attempting and executing a sunset flip, 2-in. Almost got the 3 count, but LAZER rolled through on that one. So this match continues here on Saturday night. U.S. champ Eddie Guerrero awaiting his next title defense against Dean Malenko.
Well, they're rolling each other around there. That's come on and call it, Tony. That's a roll.
That's a roll.
Yeah. Well, they rolled into the ropes and broke them up before I got dumbfounded. I know what you're going to say. Don't say it. Anyway.
Up and down with a power bomb. 1, 2. Got a 2 count. At first, I thought that was the old Kiwi leg roll of Abe Jacobs. You remember that one?
Well, that's true. Abe Jacobs, a great star. The Kiwi leg. Why did you just call it? Hell, ain't nobody at home know what you're talking about. When you say Kiwi Abe.
It was the Oklahoma side roll is what it was.
Was it really? Yeah. Yeah. I had 2 of them for breakfast with butter on this morning.
Back of the head. And
the Kiwi. That's good. You brought up a great star. Abe Jacobs.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
An uppercut, European uppercut, and Eddie Guerrero is up top.
He got him over.
Yeah, same maneuver we saw from the youngster Juventud Guerrero moments ago.
Frog splash time, maybe.
Put him down with that one, and now going up for the frog splash. Boy, is that great execution. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, Dean Malenko.
That's right.
That's what Eddie Guerrero be saying right now. LAZER look good, too. I'm telling you.
Dean Malenko will have his shot at that U.S. heavyweight title, no disqualification and uncensored. And
only on pay-per-view.
That's right. He's standing by with Lee Marshall in the locker room area. Before we go there, we go to Dusty Rhodes.
We had a, well, thank you very much, Tony. We had a tremendous matchup here with LAZER and Eddie Guerrero, but Froggy Splash got LAZER down, but LAZER could beat a lot of people, and I'd like to see him here more at WCW where the big boys play. Stagger Lee, get old Dean to say something.
So there it is. Dennis Rodman, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. The premiere of Double Team, the world premiere of his brand new movie. And everything looked good right there for the NWO, but as you know and as you've seen here, there's not many smiles going on at all here tonight. And they are here tonight in force. They're all here. However, there is a big line divided right down the middle, and we saw that earlier in this telecast.
Well, you know, the New World Order, Tony, not exactly made up of members of the clergy. I don't know, I just have a lot of good feelings for what's happening to the New World Order.
You know, let me also talk, and we need to talk a lot about the NWO and what is going on in their camp, so to speak. But let's talk about how we ended the last segment. You saw a lot of different people get involved in the Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko match. Jacqueline, Kevin Sullivan, Arn Anderson, Eddie Guerrero. Kevin Sullivan came out last night with a stick, got involved in the match. The match was thrown out. Eddie Guerrero comes out. Sullivan, Jimmy Hart, they put the U.S. belt on Eddie Guerrero and usher him out quickly. I don't know what that was about. I do know the belt has been returned by the WCW officials to Dean Malenko because he retained the belt in a match that was basically thrown out last night. But there was a lot going on. Jacqueline came out, she attacked woman. There was purpose. Arn Anderson came out to help Benoit, but allowed this man, Kevin Sullivan, to pass and hit Benoit with the stick.
What's with that? What's with Arn Anderson? Didn't stick up for Benoit whatsoever.
And I have no idea what is going on there, but I do know it all ended, and we saw the final shot with Benoit and Malenko looking at each other saying he was not supposed to be here. Who is he? We have no idea. They will not answer our questions at all, but something was up last night. There was purpose for many people. Look at this.
Hector saw it coming.
Hector blocked it.
He delayed. He should have nailed her.
He blocked her right-handed Hector. Now this, the brother of Eddie Guerrero.
Boy, they look the same.
They certainly do. Eddie, of course, his younger brother. Hector, a great veteran, against Kevin Sullivan. And it was Eddie who Kevin ushered out last night with that U.S. strap.
Oh, Sullivan got him right there. Miss Jacqueline had to throw Hector off. She dumped him right on the cement. Strong little thing, isn't she?
She is powerful and a force and mean, determined, and fearless. Those are the attributes you need to be successful in the ring. Sullivan sending now. Hector in the corner. He loves to do this. He loves to torture people, to hurt them.
Well, he lives to hurt people, and that makes Sullivan happy. It looks to me with the mastermind there, Jimmy Hart, and the dynamic force of little sweet Jacqueline there. Obviously helps the Taskmaster become a strong unit. He threw Hector out right to Miss Jacqueline. He knew where she was.
Yeah, he turned to his right, and I tell you, he's been beaten around so much, he's really defenseless here, and this is what she loves. I mean, wide open shot.
I mean, Hector's not that big, but he's bigger than she is.
And she picked him up with ease. Snap Mary.
Hector's got to be 210.
She's going to shove him back into the ring. Oh, my goodness. What do you do with her? You stay away from her, I guess. You can answer your own question on that one. Tied now to the tree of woe.
Look at the gouge. Hector got a beating. Where's Eddie?
That's a good question.
Caught in the tree of woe. Sullivan lives for this.
Look at his side, the marks on his side.
Looks like a broken rib to me.
You may be right. And now he's going to put the period mark on this one with that double stomp on the sternum. Looking around, it's over. The great veteran Hector Guerrero came in, beat up by two people. No one can fight back from that.
This ain't over till it's over.
In other words, it's not over.
I think I just give her the credit cards and leave it be.
Wow, I don't know. Let's take a look at our Valvoline replay used by America's top mechanics. People who know use Valvoline, Larry.
Well, people who don't know get slammed by Miss Jacqueline right on the cement. And Hector Guerrero, no slouch, but he was beat to a pulp by everybody. Finished off by the reverse Heimlich. This guy might have a broken rib bone. Look at that gouge in his side.
Your winner is Kevin Sullivan along with Miss Jacqueline, Jimmy Hart, and ringside. We're going to be back. Hopefully we'll be hearing from the NWO again very soon. But let's take you back last night to Spring Stampede. Welcome back, fans, to Philadelphia. Welcome back to WCW Monday Nitro Live. And you know, Larry, during the course of that first match, and even before the match, we were discussing the NWO. Later on, fans, Kevin Nash, Lex Luger, live in this telecast, second hour, one-on-one. That is still to come. But we discussed Eric Bischoff. He walked out here with the NWO. And as you know, fans, that Eric Bischoff suspended by Dr. Harvey Schiller, the head of Turner Sports, back at the beginning of the month of March, right here on this program live when we were at the Omni in Atlanta. But as we announced a few weeks after that, Eric had hired this law firm, and there's been a lot of, I guess, legal maneuvering going on. And
Well, you know what it is? It's a lot of inter-corporate depositions. Mr. Bischoff's in trouble, but he also created a lot of legal entanglements involving numerous contracts. Maybe we'll find out more about it. In other words, Mr. Bischoff made a big mess upstairs.
well, you know, we did announce that the WCW Executive Committee, that they were taking all the files of all the deals and the documents that he had done when he was in charge of this company, and we're looking through that. We do understand next week on this program there will be a big announcement concerning that, concerning his status, and that there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you fans do not know about, and maybe that will come to light here next week, and I can't wait for that. That's a big announcement.
Was he going to get completely squashed here?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on as a result of this law firm that he's hired. There's a lot going on that we've not been able to talk about legally, but next week we will be able to discuss this, and there'll be a big announcement made concerning his status. Why has he been out here? Why is he continuing to be a part of the NWO when not too long ago he basically was told, get away from our sport?
Yeah.
That remains to be seen next week. Fans, join us for that, a part of our big program live next week. But we're in the second match here, only in the second match, and already literally fireworks in the ring. This match is for the U.S. title, and oddly enough, Dean Malenko is facing the older brother of the man he despises, Hector Guerrero, his opponent, the brother of Eddie.
You know, we talked about the Guerreros before over the past few months. You just can't get rid of them. There's one after another after another. Now we're getting up to the veteran, the part of the Guerrero family. Hector, very good. You can see right here, this guy's no dummy. Malenko doesn't have the mileage Hector does, but if you make a mistake, Hector Guerrero, he'll snatch you.
Malenko's tried a variety of things, but Hector has been up to the task here. There's a drop toe hold and a crossface by the man of 1,000 holds, the United States heavyweight champion, Dean Malenko. What a champion he has become. But you talking about a bitter rivalry that has existed, it really intensified when you go back now and talk about what happened at Spring Stampede when Eddie came out and walked back with that U.S. title belt. I really don't think Eddie wanted to have the belt, but it seemed as if the Dungeon of Doom were that they were there almost telling him, here, walk back, take this belt, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, are they recruiting Eddie Guerrero?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
But where's Tenay when you need him?
Well, Mike Tenay will join us later on in this telecast. There is no question about that. Meanwhile, this match continues for the U.S. title. Malenko tried a standing switch that time, and that time a pivot move by Hector sent him outside the ring.
Whoa!
And a great maneuver. From the apron down to the floor.
Going for that abdominal stretch, and Hector slipped it through nice. Can he maintain the offense here? That's the question. What's he doing?
Hector trying a sunset flip outside in, and 1, 2. Hector got it over. Rolling through that time was Dean Malenko, 1, 2, but could not hook the legs, could not keep the shoulders down here. Into the ropes near side.
Uh-oh.
Backslide, who's going to get... That time, Hector tried to go an arm drag takedown of Malenko out of the backslide. Malenko comes through, picks up to a short power bomb. The fans erupt on that one. The Texas Cloverleaf coming here.
He's going. He's sitting down on it. He's got Hector in trouble.
He's got the Texas Cloverleaf on. Scott Dickinson calls the bell. You saw the little shake of the head that time. Malenko's not going to break this hold.
No, Hector couldn't do it. I mean, here comes Eddie. I'm telling you, there's more Guerreros out there than anybody.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the eyes of Eddie Guerrero here.
Trying to hurt my foot. You gotta bring that outside of me. Still not to the right. I know what you're about.
And he told him, he said, if you try to hurt my brother, you're going to bring out a side of me that you don't like. But what side is that of Eddie Guerrero? A very complex man right now in the ring.
Well, a lot of emotion, too. All the Guerreros, I mean, could be emotionally distraught enough to fall for the tactics of the Dungeon of Doom.
We have been finding or promising you exclusive clips of Volcano, the new movie by 20th Century Fox. And when we come back, we will have that plus more WCW action live here on Nitro. Thanks a lot to Mean Gene Okerlund. He's the man at the hotline each and every Saturday up until midnight. And then on Sunday at the hotline, if you can stand it, it's the Brain. That's Bobby Heenan, only on the WCW Wrestling Hotline.
He's got a lot to say, and you know he can get some dirt up too.
Boy,
Brain can dig up stuff.
That's all he wants to do.
Yeah, and he's really been moving, and he's got these books and tapes and everything of Reggie White, Mongo, McMichael, and he's starting to really, I mean, you know, he'll have to tell you something really deep about them two guys. They bringing it to the big dance. I'm talking about right here at WCW. Slamboree, Mongo, McMichaels, the Bears, the Packers, Black and Blue, Flair coming out, Kevin Nash in Hall, me, you, the Brain, everybody gonna be at Slamboree in Charlotte, North Carolina. The match is gonna be unbelievable.
You know, can you imagine a guy like Reggie White who's been in the NFL for 12 years and has been a member of the Pro Bowl for 11? Not many people can say that during their career.
No,
I mean,
not.
that's
Some guys in there, if they made one Pro Bowl,
right,
it's satisfying. But much less this guy. And this guy literally, him and Brett Favre, led them to the world's title this year. Once my beloved Cowboys stumbled, bumbled, and fell to the wayside. But next year, the new year, different year. But this is wrestling. Mongo is ready. He's already learning his trade.
Yeah,
and you know what the big man is? he's so intense. And Reggie just gonna walk in and say, well, I'm gonna be in a fist fight. And Mongo might know some more headlocks and stuff and do the right thing.
All right, it's the youngster Billy Kidman against Hector Guerrero. We saw earlier Chavo Jr. and Eddie.
Yeah.
The opening bout. Now here is Hector.
Well, we've seen them all now, you know, but Chavo
Senior, yeah.
Senior, yeah. This guy right here, Hector Guerrero, of all the Guerreros, as me follow their career and knowing these young men really good, he's been in the heat of battle with a lot of great athletes and held his own, maybe more so than all of them. I'm talking about over the long run. Hector Guerrero is a tremendous athlete, and Billy Kidman is too. Seeing two fine, I don't call them cruiserweights because they're heavyweights, they're WCW, but not really bulky like we see. You know, we're gonna be seeing like later on, bulky. Like, you know, Reggie and Kevin Green, they bulky.
And Kevin Green.
Yeah.
Tell you what, and we saw Ray Rhodes at Nitro. No question about it. Nitro is the place to be each and every Monday when we are live and coming to you only on TNT. Right now, what we're seeing here is a veteran and a youngster going at it here.
Yeah, it is. And Kidman will learn a lot from this experience. Win, lose, or draw. He's got to be able to take some away from this arm lock here. Don't try this at home because it will really rag your shoulder and your arm and maybe out of socket. But Hector knows all them moves.
To the attack, Hector Guerrero sending Billy Kidman near side. Kidman got out of that with a knee lift, and he just buying some time here. Here's a cover.
That arm's really bothering him.
Yeah, it really
Tony,
is.
I tell you, it's really hurting him right now. See, the pressure, he can't really put a lot of pressure on that headlock. That's why he's getting back in there and shot into the rope. Come off, though. Good tackle.
Put him down with a leg sweep that time. And
you see what Hector does? Every opportunity he gets to pin the guy,
he tries to
pin him.
Yes.
And that's the, I mean, I keep preaching that these young guys, when I go to the gym and watch them train and everything, I mean, that's the whole object, is to get to the pay window.
Sure, and compare that to what we saw earlier with high voltage. Now, they're red hot, but they had many opportunities to pin a guy, but chose not to do it.
Excellent point.
1, 2.
Yeah, that's good. You laid it right on the line. That is good. I hope they listening, too, and they go back and they tape this thing, you know, and rewatch their match, and I hope they heard that, because I've been saying the same thing to them. Now, maybe 2 people saying it, they'll get it. He missed that.
Cross body, it was an attempt. And Hector 1 step ahead here. Hector Guerrero now tries to bring him in. Billy Kidman holding the rope.
Yes.
Good maneuver by the youngster. 1, 2, and he almost won the match that time.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what, that would be a big feather in Kidman's cap to beat Hector Guerrero.
Hector with a European-style uppercut, and now sending Kidman in. Kidman, defensive maneuver, just backed out of that with a back elbow. Now Kidman.
Whoa!
How about that?
That was a nice move right there. Head scissor right off that as he swung himself in. I don't even know if that's a springboard, but he used the rope to come in.
And he's going to go up top here now. Billy Kidman with a man prone. Tried his big splash, could not connect. Hector Guerrero.
Into abdominal stretch, falls right back, rolls him up.
How about this?
Yeah, there you go.
Almost like a Kiwi leg roll here.
Exactly, you're very close to it right there. But it's a Hector leg roll. And he's got him right here. Now can he?
1, 2. He's not going to get out.
Wow, that was good. That was veteran. That was veteran move.
That was a veteran defeating a youngster.
Yeah. Hector my favorite of the Guerrero. Always has been.
And look at this. Extends his hand to the youngster here.
Yeah.
That was a great match.
That's good. The kid will learn something from that.
Great win for Hector Guerrero. Back with Lord Steven Regal after this on TBS. Well, the action just keeps on coming on Worldwide Wrestling. How about that breathtaking 6-man tag we just saw? And now some singles competition featuring one of the great veterans, Hector Guerrero, and the United States champion, Dean Malenko.
Look at that face on Guerrero. Look, he should be in a bag of chips.
You have nothing nice. You've never had anything nice to say about the entire Guerrero family. Mother, father, Hector, Eddie, Chavo Jr., Chavo Sr., nothing.
Okay, they're not as ugly as their Aunt Consuelo. How's that?
See, you always got to see. No.
You speak Spanish also?
No, that's not what I'm saying. You forget it.
See.
Here comes the Iceman himself, Dean Malenko, United States heavyweight champ ring.
Never changes expression. I doubt if he ever sweats. Steps through those ropes and knows exactly what he's got to do. He's got to get Dean Malenko in a position to win. That's all the man cares about. It's all he's lived for. It's all he's been trained to do. His whole life is wrestle. And that's what he does best.
Let's not forget, fans, that the Great American Bash is next Sunday. That's June 15th. The event available exclusively on pay-per-view. Page Savage 2, no disqualification, many other great matches. You need to call your local cable operator right now and inquire about getting the event in your home. Satellite dish owners, you can call your respective numbers, DirecTV, Turner Premier. Be part of all the excitement, all the action of WCW's Great American Bash, Sunday night, June 15th, 7 o'clock Eastern, and available exclusively on pay-per-view.
You know, Tony, I believe Hector is the older brother of Eddie Guerrero. What do you hear about his update on his physical health?
Well, Eddie had been injured and had torn pectoralis muscle in his chest and had been on the shelf for a while. But Eddie will be making his way back very soon, we understand.
Well, there's no love lost between Malenko and the Guerreros.
No, that's putting it mildly. As a matter of fact, because of the problems that existed between Eddie and Dean Malenko, Malenko had on occasion tried to take out Hector or Chavo Jr.
Why would you want to take out Hector? Imagine sitting with him the whole evening, shooting the breeze with him.
That's not what I'm talking about. I didn't mean on a date. I mean, you know, shot in the back of the head, knock him out, take him out of wrestling.
Yeah, I like that.
Here, he's a knucklehead is what he is, and I got to work with him. Snapmare takeover. And driving the point of the elbow down, the forearm, Dean Malenko. Everything with perfection.
And do not get Hector Guerrero confused.
No, you're confused. We don't need one confused person per program. Why?
He is Hector Guerrero,
yes.
Professional wrestler.
Yes, of course he is. We know that.
He is not son of Zorro.
Cover and 1 count only.
He looks like him with the stash and everything.
Cover again. You're not even funny now, Brain. And Malenko out. Not only does Malenko know so many holds, but he can apply them with perfection. He knows how to put them on.
You know, there's
a roll up by Hector. Got a 1 count.
I hate to make the comparison because Page is not a polished wrestler. He's a fighter.
Yeah.
But his hold, the diamond cutter, is a lot like Malenko. He can put that on from a lot of different ways, a lot of different angles, and a lot of different positions.
When you have a maneuver like the diamond cutter, you only need one. Because it doesn't matter what happens. If he has it on you, he's got it. Look at this maneuver. It's like a Kiwi leg roll here that we've seen before. Hector has won matches with that on this program. But this time, Malenko catches the bottom rope, and that stops that.
So Hector's done this move before.
Yeah, he's won matches on this program.
That's what they mean.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I heard the other day somebody said you got to be careful of the Guerreros. They'll roll you.
Up on top, and a good maneuver by the United States champion.
It looks like we may be going to Texas.
That's what it appears to be. Step through, over, and Hector in a tough spot here. And this one is over.
But Tony, notice how strong the legs were on Guerrero. Malenko couldn't sit down. Guerrero fought it that much. And I think the more he fought it, the worse it was, that he wasn't going anyplace. Should have just said, yeah, it's over. It'll be another day.
Dean Malenko, the United States champion, continues the win streak. And it's our Castrol torture test of the week.
Well, Malenko wants Eddie Guerrero. That's the Guerrero he wants. But he'll take any Guerrero anytime he can get him. So it looks to me like Malenko won, Guerrero's nothing. Bring on the next Guerrero. He'll go through the whole family. Because that man, the United States champion, right there, the winner, Dean Malenko, wants Eddie Guerrero.
Castrol GTX, the motor oil that stands up to the most torturous conditions. Right now on Worldwide Wrestling, we invite you to listen to this. Flair and Piper together against the Outsiders. It's all tomorrow night live from Moline, Illinois. In addition to those 2 spectacular main events tomorrow night, how about what James J. Dillon just laid down?
Yeah.
Mortis to be handcuffed to the ring post when Wrath goes up against Glacier tomorrow night.
You said it yourself. You said if he's there, he's going to interfere. Something's going to happen. Well, James J. Dillon just come out and put a coyote on that thing. You know what I mean? And being cuffed to the ring post. You can't do a lot unless you can drag that whole ring around, and it's not been done before. Hector Guerrero getting ready to match up with the man we talked about earlier, Mongo McMichael.
And how about Kevin Green? The other night on Nitro,
Lunatic, went crazy.
No one knew he was there.
No.
You know, we usually see just in the back in the locker room area, we know who's there and who's not.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like laying in wait.
Yeah, well, we knew one thing. He wasn't playing football. If anybody reads the newspaper, the bottom line, he's obsessed with Mongo McMichael. And Mongo has learned his trade fairly well, I guarantee you. And unless Kevin Green, you know, the other night, Kevin Green was, like I said before, punching, kicking. Well, he better be careful where he says wherever you are, because, like you just said, he could be right in the back there. You know what I mean?
That's right. Kevin Green, there is no question that Kevin Green wants a piece of Mongo. And it just so happens he's going to get his shot at the Great American Bash. But for Kevin Green, it might as well be here tonight. Might as well have been Boston this past Monday on Nitro. Yeah. And even when we're finished Sunday night, Mongo better look behind him in Chicago on Monday.
Yeah. Oh, Monday Nitro. Wow. What an event it was. Many called, and by all true aspects, the greatest event in the history of wrestling took place in the Fleet Center, and only getting better. Coming up in Chicago at Nitro live on Monday nights. But first of all, the Great American Bash, summer tradition, the bench clearing brawl now comes to your television on pay-per-view tomorrow night. Them same guys gonna be fighting right there on television.
Just a word about Boston, as Hector Guerrero is the opponent for Mongo. When WCW went into the Great Northeast in Boston and put 22,000 fans, standing room only, at the Fleet Center, as Mongo misses a high elbow that time, WCW established itself as the #1 wrestling organization in the world, bar none. Arguments, there's a big body press. 1, 2, but a 2 count. Look at the power. Arguments have gone back and forth for years.
I got one better than that.
But there is no doubt about it after this past Monday.
Wow, what force. The thing about that is that old adage that you can't beat me in your home ballpark. If you can, you're the world champion. You know what I mean? Let nobody come in here in your home ballpark and beat you. Well, brother, it wasn't only a tremendous win, but a thumping and a great display of talented athletes we have here at WCW. NWO wise too. Whoa, no, could this... No, I'm going to tell you what. Whoa. Hector Guerrero is a veteran that has won many regional titles, tremendous athlete, but that's too much power here. Mongo is a little raw, you know what I mean? I mean, he's right.
I know what I'm doing.
I mean, he's just throwing caution to the wind here.
A little bit more intense.
Yeah.
It's like the day before the Super Bowl for Mongo. That's what it is.
And he's been there, too.
Yes, he has.
Both of them have.
That's exactly right. Here's a big power slam and a cover. And Hector kicked away. Obviously a size advantage for Mongo here. But as you said, Hector, great champion, great veteran, not backing away at all and going right after him. And that may be a different strategy. I think with a big guy like Mongo, the strategy would usually be to hit and run, get away from him.
Hector Guerrero's been in there with many giants, been in big men, and has taken a lot of them down. I guarantee you, that great fighting Guerrero heritage, tradition again, we talk about it. And Guerrero really needs Mongo to make a mistake, and you can't get him to make a mistake when he's punching you and beating you and belly welling you right there in the corner like he was doing. There you go. Now can you capitalize?
Using the quickness, Hector trying to get back into this one, but Mongo is just overwhelming here. Look at this. Too much power. Too strong. Look at him, muscled him up.
Hey, got him up. Got him way up there. Them glitter tights off. Right up there in his chest. Whoa, brother.
The big pile driver wins it. Steve McMichael.
Look at him looking. Look at him. You don't think he's watching out?
And Deborah celebrate the win here on WCW Saturday Night. And fans, here he is, Dream.
Well, that's right.
And he looked at him, he said, hit me.
Yeah, yes. Oh, yes. Kevin Green showing up everywhere. They might fight all the way to the Great American Bash in Moline, Illinois. What highway is that? They're going to be on it. Punching and kicking. Snorting and going.
3-point stance. Referees are out.
See you later.
Malenko goes down.
Wow, what an impact.
What an athlete.
Is he wide?
Oh, boy.
You think he's a little wide right now? Wow.
Number 91 is out. One of the most dominant forces in football, and becoming quickly one of the most dominant forces in the life of Steve McMichael.
That's some bad blood going here, Rob. Guarantee you. Saturday night, I could see in the eyes of Mongo that he was looking for him, man. Whoa. Well, he got him.
There'll be no referees.
Got his coming tomorrow.
Yeah, he sure does.
He got his coming
And there'll be
tomorrow.
nobody standing between you,
Well,
Mongo,
yeah, go ahead and
and
get him
him
now. Why
tomorrow
wait till
night.
tomorrow? Why wait till tomorrow?
Wow.
Jump in there, big boy, and grab some, Mr. Green.
Where's he going, huh?
That's
I
right.
don't want to wait till tomorrow.
That's what I thought.
Now, let's rock and roll now.
We'll be back. Dream, it's very apparent there that Eddie Guerrero has removed or divorced himself from his family, not only because of the actions over the past few weeks, but Monday, Nitro, when he shoved Hector, the man you're seeing right there, his older brother, down and walked away.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a bad seed running in the Guerrero family. Known them a long time. Great competitors, traditionalists that they are. But bottom line, they got a real problem with Eddie Guerrero. And we're getting ready to see Wonder Kid in this situation here, too. He's went on and took on a new attitude. There's a lot of new attitudes going on. Make no mistake about it, though. Lex Luger, title shots got to be coming to him.
Road Wild brought to you by Bikers Dream Ultra Custom Cycles. Coming up on a Saturday night, the 9th of August, from the Great Sturgis Rally in Sturgis, South Dakota, Road Wild. And 2 matches signed as you see Alex Wright making his way in. Das Wonder Kid with an attitude, Alex Wright. Kurt Hennig, DDP, one-on-one, Steiners, Outsiders, World Tag Team title, they've been signed. In the weeks to come, more matches will be signed. But let me say this. When Lex Luger won the main event at Spring Stampede, he earned the right for a world title shot. He hasn't received that world title shot, but he's gone up against Hogan. He has racked him many times, not only what happened at Bash of the Beach that we will see later on, in addition, racked him recently on Nitro in a non-title match, beat him.
Yeah, outstanding role that Luger's on. Truly, with the WCW committee, when they're taking a look at our title, I mean, that Hogan is wearing, truly to be the man, you got to beat the man, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan is the man. Luger deserved this shot, has earned this shot. I want to see this shot. And we come into Road Wild. What a place. Whether it happens or not, I don't know, but already 2 big matches signed. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be big.
You remember Road Wild last year?
Yeah, I do, man.
You, me, and the Brain?
We were right, wasn't we? We
were
were right for the task, and we're going to be right again.
Tattoos everywhere.
Oh, man. Well, as we said, you know, the Guerreros, they got a bad seed there that they're trying to straighten out, but you talk about attitude changes. The Wonder Kid, Alex Wright, really has went through one. And he's become more aggressive. He's become more angry. I don't like his attitude, but I tell you what, he's starting to get to the pay window just a little bit more.
There's nothing wrong with being more aggressive, but if you use the low roads or the cheap shots to get there, then there is something wrong with that.
It'll come back to haunt you, in every case.
Side headlock, and you're seeing Hector a little bit more aggressive as well here. And, oh boy, Alex knocked him right off his feet with that one, and here's cover. He got a 2 count. And later on, the newest member of the NWO will show you his coronation, so to speak, into the NWO from Conan to K-Dog. And then he'll wrestle in our main event. Conan and Scott Norton of the NWO against Harlem Heat. That's later on.
Well, I tell you what, the NWO's got to be hurting just a little bit with what happened with Luger when he just racking everybody coming off the, what I think is was the greatest pay-per-view that pay-per-view television has seen in any sporting area. Everybody covered it, magazines and television people and radios from all over the world. Dennis Rodman went ahead, stepped into the ball game, did a good job, not good enough. Luger was on top of his ball game. Hollywood Hulk Hogan got to be thinking about that now.
Back into the ropes. Dream, were you surprised? You know, we talked about what will Dennis Rodman do when the bell rings.
I told you that, yeah.
And we thought, well, maybe he'll use the belt, hit some from behind, and just use the cheap shots, but he got in there and he wrestled. Were you surprised about that?
Yes, I was, and a lot of people talked to me after and said, boy, it sounded like you and Tony wasn't really taking up for Rodman, you know what I mean, when he's doing it. And I said, no, the bottom line is, I respect and love my industry. I'm a traditionalist. I don't want nobody to embarrass him. And everybody thought, well, he's coming from a different sport and he don't know what to do. Well, I guarantee you, he had schooled for 2 years. I really believe that. Had schooled himself well. He did not embarrass anybody. He really was outstanding. Because why, Tony? He is a pure athlete that can get it done when the big games are on.
That's right.
Luger racked them both. Luger racked them both.
He sure did. The total package, Lex Luger, and then made a challenge the next night on Nitro to Hogan. And we'll see what transpired after the challenge was made. It was an electrifying ending to Nitro.
Well, the Giants mad at Nash for being that he was Sting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a choke slamming people. Dallas is mad at his mystery partner, you know, who Kurt Hennig come in, impact player that he is, and that thing's already signed for Road Wild. And boy, and the Steiners won their title shot, and Hector and them are all mad at Eddie, and I'm telling you, it's a mess.
Moving out of the way, just sidestepping that time. Alex Wright got a 2 count, and Hector comes out on a 2.
Yeah, they've been nip and tuck here, back and forth.
There's a 2. Certainly would like a chance to talk to Hector before this program is up. See what's on his mind about his brother and how he feels about Eddie's turn of events.
Got a roll up. Bob didn't hook it in, boy.
Great
Rolled
maneuver.
him right up real easy.
Oh, boy, and a good counter move by Alex.
Yeah.
And that was a head scissor takedown. And a small package. Thank you. 1. Got a 1 count that time.
You owe me a Coke.
We did that the other night.
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
I know it. Well, excited. You get excited, you know. And when you see that you know what to call, you go ahead and call it. And you done beat me to it. Wow.
1, 2, 3. German suplex to Alex Wright.
That's a big win for him.
Off of a spin wheel kick, and Alex Wright gets the win here on Saturday night over Hector Guerrero. But you know, Hector, as well as Chavo Jr., even Chavo Sr., the whole family, they have a lot on their mind now when it has to do with their younger brother, Eddie.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes to, you know, when you got a family thing going on, believe me, I know it's hard to go ahead and concentrate on what you're doing. And that might have cost him right there. But Alex Wright truly gets to the pay window here on the mothership on Saturday night right here on TBS. Looking good, too.
A big program.
Welcome back to WCW Monday Nitro on a Tuesday night. This Tuesday edition of Nitro Live from Jacksonville, Florida. This is a much anticipated matchup. It is brother against brother here. Hector is on the outside, and Eddie is already in the ring, Mike, today.
The ultimate sibling rivalries with the Guerrero brothers going head-to-head, one-on-one. As we've seen in recent weeks, Eddie Guerrero had been trying to teach a lesson to his young nephew, Chavo Guerrero Jr. Last week, a sickening display by Eddie Guerrero, and Hector Guerrero trying to represent his brothers, Mondo and Chavo Sr., of course, gets an opportunity against Eddie this week.
And Larry, you know as well as anyone, there's no battle more bitter than one between members of the same family. And here we have it right here.
Yeah, and the Guerrero boys, I mean, they've always that hot blood in them, but I've never seen it carried to this extent. Nice move by Hector. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Hector and Eddie almost are the two brothers that they look so much alike, separated, of course, by a good number of years. To see if Hector can keep up with the stamina of Eddie Guerrero. He knows the move.
And Mike, let me ask you this, and you've covered wrestling, of course, in Mexico and down in Texas. Is this the first time these two men have met?
I believe this is the first head-to-head meeting between the two. Nothing as far as my records show that they've ever been in the ring together. As far as this Guerrero family rivalry goes, Charles mentioned about this rivalry between family members, but it has never escalated, Larry, to this level.
I mean, I've heard of them getting fights at home over the family card games and things like that, but
That happens everywhere.
not in my house. It doesn't happen.
Right. A roll up. Great maneuver that time. Watch out. Scott Dickinson trying to stay on this. And this is a submission hold right here, Mike.
Got him rolling. Obviously, Hector's going to try and pin him. A dizzy Eddie.
They got him in the wrist lock.
No, he's biting.
is biting his brother right on the forearm. What a lowlife.
See, there goes the Guerreros. There they go.
Head first goes Hector into the corner, and Eddie, look at fighting the man again.
Well, we've mentioned this in the past. The Eddie Guerrero that we've seen for the past year in World Championship Wrestling may not be the real Eddie Guerrero, a man that I remember back in 1994 was the most hated and despised wrestler in the entire country of Mexico. He turned his back on an entire country at that point. Now he's turned his back on his family.
And Hector is really taking out the frustrations on younger brother right here. We want to remind you, Lex Luger is here tonight. You've seen him already. He'll be wrestling. Kurt Hennig makes his wrestling debut on Nitro tonight. Here's a cover, 1, 2, and Eddie gets the left shoulder up. Plus, we'll hear from James J. Dillon. We understand he has a big announcement about a new wrestler who'll be entering WCW here tonight. Kicking out and a 2 count by Eddie one more time.
Yeah, and Hector's got to get those shoulders locked down. I mean, he's making some nice moves, but he's not clamping down on Eddie, and I know Hector knows better.
Eddie is using every shortcut possible against his own blood, his own brother here. Incredibly, live here on this Tuesday edition of Nitro. A pickup. Now Hector with another one of those head scissor takedowns, and now Hector's going to follow him on the outside. That drop from the inside out connected with Eddie.
Yeah,
connected with Hector, too.
Looked like he was trying to deliver a knee drop from the middle rope, and it was blocked by Eddie.
But still got the effect he wanted, nonetheless. Now we'll send Eddie in, almost taunting Eddie. As he sends him into the ring, Eddie...
Oh, Hector's got to get quicker.
Eddie kicking the ropes.
He's not keeping up with the speed of Eddie.
And that's right, and that certainly is one of the key ingredients to the success of Eddie Guerrero. Combine that now with these rule-breaking tactics that we have seen. Eddie is going to go up top and maybe here for his patented frog splash. That's it. He beats Hector. And here comes Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko's walking in the ring with purpose here, guys, as Eddie now taunting and talking to his fallen brother.
Oh, Dean, he's setting him up. He's lining him up.
Remember, Eddie calls him a loser. The U.S. title, and down goes Eddie.
Payback time for Dean Malenko. He may not have the U.S. title, but he's going to take it out on Eddie Guerrero and...
Malenko with purpose. He's going to put him in the Texas cloverleaf, and he's not going to let go.
He's sitting down on it. He's sitting on it.
And now look at Hector.
Get out of here. Come on, Hector's telling him to let it go. Let it go. Yeah, I told you the Guerrero family's nuts.
In the midst of all of this, Hector's sticking up for his brother. And Eddie is a lucky man that his brother was his opponent on this night. And look at this. Hector helped his brother, and Eddie's walking away from Hector.
I think Malenko doesn't care what Guerrero it is.
This is incredible. Fans will be back.
Main event time coming up on the Pro Legend, one of the Fighting Guerrero brothers, Hector Guerrero in action.
Well, at least we've got a Guerrero in here that's got some decency. These guys, more of the old school Guerreros here. Hector and Mongo and Chavo obviously completely disappointed in what's going on with Eddie Guerrero. And I hate to say this, but watching Eddie on Nitro, he had that same aura as the New World Order.
I think I agree with you on that, Legend. That's a great point. The Eddie Guerrero that we've seen since his comeback from the shoulder surgery has had a lot more in common with the New World Order than with the old Eddie Guerrero. He's not in the NWO. Don't misunderstand. Eddie Guerrero is his own man, but it's not a man that I really like anymore.
No, he looks more like a low-life coward like Scott Hall and Nash and Six, and I find that rather disgusting. I know the Guerreros have always been a bunch of fighters, hot-tempered. I mean, I've seen Chavo and Hector getting fights over hamburgers on the way from one town to another town, but then at the end of the night, they were brothers again. But with Eddie, it's something different. It's something I don't like.
Hector Guerrero will be facing the United States heavyweight champion. That man, Jeff Jarrett. He's, of course, accompanied by the beautiful Queen Deborah.
When they both turn backwards, I have a hard time telling who from who.
That makes one of you, legend. I got to give you that much. Jeff Jarrett has been a fighting champion as U.S. champion. He is no longer a member of the Four Horsemen, as we've seen over the last few weeks on Nitro. That was a major league falling out between the Horsemen and Jeff Jarrett.
And what's with Deborah McMichaels now? I mean, I know Mongo's a tough guy, maybe not a full-deck player, but smart enough to realize when it's time to run to the divorce lawyer here. I mean, is he just a gold digger or what?
I don't know about that, but she certainly is. I do know about that. I think I agree with you on that one too, legend. She's chasing the gold. Jeff Jarrett, United States champion. She ditches Steve, takes off with the golden boy, Jeff Jarrett, who now has the gold around his waist in the form of the United States title. And here's a little Ric Flair strut coming right in your living room.
Still trying to rub it in. Jeff Jarrett, a proud man, obviously, still has to be humiliated by the fact that the Horsemen would not let him in the door. It just didn't work out, and that's what he wanted to do.
That's the club he wanted in, but it wouldn't have him. Jeff Jarrett still rather teed off at what happened with the Four Horsemen. I think that may be fueling a lot of this anti-Steve McMichael sentiment that we hear from Jarrett.
But the Horsemen, the organization, I've seen Flair go up to Kurt Hennig, and after what Hennig did to Diamond Dallas Page, Ric Flair should know better than to trust Hennig. I would have told Diamond Dallas that.
Diamond Dallas Page and Kurt Hennig will face each other mano on Road Wild. That's coming up August 9th, and it's brought to you by Biker's Dream Ultra Custom Cycles on pay-per-view. Page and Hennig, and after what happened at Bash at the Beach, I can't wait for DDP to get his hands around Cool Kurt.
Well, I feel sorry for Diamond Dallas Page. I mean, he went through so much to combat the New World Order, picked the wrong partner, Hennig stabbed him in the back. And I said he was a free agent. He wasn't kidding. I just wondered who's offering him the biggest check.
I was going to say, I don't think he's going to be free to anybody, but an agent he is.
Oh, and he hit the pole!
Hector charges in and misses, and Jeff Jarrett now firing back with forearms across the shoulder.
Hector, never a big guy. I mean, if he was the size of the Giant and knows what he knows, he'd be unstoppable.
The Giant, speaking of, will be in action at Road Wild, legend, against the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Savage with the devious Liz in his corner. And you got to think he's going to have a full contingent of NWOites backstage to watch his back.
Well, Savage isn't stupid. He knows he's going to need more than Elizabeth to help him with the Giant. He's going to need a tank and kryptonite. And I don't think Savage has it. He's definitely, though, has a trick up his sleeve.
Spin splash by Hector, got the count of 2 on Jarrett. Jarrett, sidewalk slam, plants Hector in the center of the ring, cover, hooks the leg. Cannot get the 3 count on Hector. Now, small package by Hector. 2. Thought he might have had the champion there, but no go, Larry. Hector, sunset flip on Jeff. Count of 1, 2. Hector, quick as a cat in there against the United States champion into the ropes. Jeff, drop toe hold. Oh, and the knee in the center of the ring. He's setting him up, legend.
Setting him up. This is the Ric Flair figure 4 if he can put it on. And he's got it cinched.
Figure 4 from the U.S. champion, Jeff Jarrett. Can Hector hang on? Nope. He's going to tap out to the figure 4.
Too bad that wasn't Eddie Guerrero. He's the punk that needs the lesson.
Jeff Jarrett, the United States champion, with another victory to put on his belt over Hector Guerrero right here on the Pro. Fans, don't forget, tomorrow night we're back on Monday nights at 7:55 on TNT. Look for us on WCW Monday Nitro tomorrow night. For the living legend, Larry Zbyszko, I'm Scott Hudson. See you next week on the Pro.
Fans, back to live WCW action. It's Monday Nitro, along with the Brain, Bobby Heenan, and of course, Iron Mike today, Tony Schiavone. We still have to come in this broadcast, fans, the Giant against the Great Muta. Plus, in our feature bout later on in this second hour of this live telecast, Scott Steiner to meet the Macho Man Randy Savage.
And Tony, you know how Savage Savage gets under people's skin. You know what, Savage, the condition he has, the giant. And every time you think of Savage, you just snap. You just go off the deep end. Well, Steiner's got a short fuse anyway. But can you imagine what Randy Macho Man will do to trigger Steiner? I can't wait to see that.
He'll play on that, Mike. You know good well he will.
Almost seems like the madness is catching. We saw it earlier with Diamond Dallas Page, most recently with the Giant, and tonight it could be Scott Steiner's turn to catch the madness.
And I can't believe what I heard from Dean Malenko moments ago, because if you go back to WCW Monday Nitro about 7 weeks ago, it was Eddie Guerrero who came out. This was in Boston, fans. You'll recall, sold out Fleet Center. He helped Jeff Jarrett win the U.S. title. And now Dean Malenko is agreeing to team or be a partner of the man who beat him. Man to man, Jeff Jarrett says he is the man, and now Malenko has made an agreement.
Well, especially with all the rumors that had linked Malenko to the Four Horsemen.
That's right. So, you know, it's like we said, and we brought this up this past weekend, Brain. It appears that Jarrett is getting himself a group to go up against the Horsemen.
Well, it looks that way. You know, with Deborah McMichael's involved in it, you never know what's going to transpire. There's so many factions here that are going off their own ways because of the NWO. That's it. No one can trust anybody. It's nothing but one complete war here at WCW. You can't miss the Monday night. You can't miss any of WCW programming because everything happens so quick, you don't know what's going to happen.
You cannot miss a WCW event when it comes your way, right, Mike, today?
Absolutely, Tony, and there are big events going on sale this Friday. Worcester, Mass, the Centrum for Nitro on September the 29th. Chicago for a big arena event at the United Center. The date will be Sunday, September the 7th. And we return to Brewtown, Milwaukee at the arena for Monday Nitro on September the 8th. All three of those events go on sale this Friday, and in all three instances, you can get your tickets at the arena box offices and at Ticketmaster and in Milwaukee this Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. Good cover here by Malenko in a 2 count. You have a chance to meet Bobby the Brain Heenan at Piggly Wiggly in Oak Creek, 10 to noon this Friday.
I will be there. You can count on that. You know, I'm the human being that made Milwaukee famous.
Boy, there's a story in itself right there, isn't it? Snapmare takeover, and Dean Malenko.
Keep it to yourself.
Malenko's up. Here's a 1-2. He always was a fighting champion, guys. You know that. And here's a cover again. And you know as well as I do that Malenko has his sights set on becoming the United States heavyweight champion again. Has the ability, and that's why this with Jeff Jarrett is just so odd.
And another thing here, you know, there's no love lost between Malenko and the Guerrero family.
Boy, you're not kidding. But there's no love lost within the Guerrero family. Let's talk about what has happened there. Let's talk about how it wasn't too long ago. As a matter of fact, a week ago, Malenko came in. Remember this? Texas Cloverleaf, put Eddie in the Texas Cloverleaf after Eddie had pinned his brother, Hector. Hector talked Dean out of it. Then Dean nailed Hector, and Eddie walked away.
Turned his back on his family.
Yeah, stabbing his family in the back, and we've seen that for the past month or so, not only with Hector, but also with Chavo Jr.
Very bizarre family set of circumstances here in World Championship Wrestling as we head right to Sturgis and Road Wild.
I mean, think of this, Tony. You got uncles fighting nephews. You got brothers fighting brothers. You got wives leaving their husbands. You got husbands beating up other husbands. You got women fighting. You got anything you want.
You just about do.
Yeah,
you're exactly right. And in this program, you're going to have NWO/WCW confrontation as the Macho Man will meet Scott Steiner later in this telecast. Back body drop. And here comes Hector.
And I would say that the Steiner brothers are as much WCW as anybody, especially Rick Steiner.
No question about that. And they have their shot at tag team. The title coming up at Road Wild. Malenko rolls him up, gets a 2 count, and that time Malenko hit the top turnbuckle hard. 1, 2, and Hector almost got a win out of it.
The more I think about it, I'm going to agree with Bobby. I think that Malenko has finally come to the realization that strength in numbers, roll up by Hector, just 2. Nice counter by Dean. There are strength in numbers. You have to be associated with a group, not only to succeed, but just to survive in World Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, but look at Diamond Dallas Page. He's all by himself, and he survives pretty well. Didn't look like it just now with Kurt Hennig nailing him from behind.
We've got company. United States champ Jeff Jarrett coming out to encourage Dean Malenko on and Queen Deborah in tow. I don't know if he needs encouragement or not. Malenko's never needed encouragement before. So I can understand in a war when there's maybe a double teaming situation on you, how you as Dean Malenko would need a man, but not now. It Bill got the attention though, didn't it?
He took his eye off Malenko just for a split second.
It sure did. And Jarrett is up on the apron.
Uh-oh, we're going to Texas.
The Texas cloverleaf is on, and Jarrett is out to celebrate here. And you're right, it got the attention of Hector away from his opponent,
Give up,
enabling this to happen.
You're not going to get out of it, Hector. Give up.
Dean Malenko puts the Texas cloverleaf on Hector Guerrero, and Jarrett and Queen Deborah are out to celebrate with the man who wins yet again, Dean Malenko.
She certainly has a sparkle in her eye for him, don't she?
Well, here comes Chavo Jr. out to help his uncle here. Hector maybe help him out of the ring.
Oh, he's in a bad neighborhood. He shouldn't have gotten in the ring.
Malenko really not anywhere near. Oh! I was saying anywhere near Jarrett, but now, right now, Chavo getting double teamed here. And Jarrett and Malenko seemingly working as a team, pounding the Guerreros here, Mike.
Well, this is a side of Dean Malenko that we haven't seen, that's for sure. A post-match attack after beating Hector Guerrero. He and Jarrett double team on Chavo Jr.
Well, there's a lot of celebrating going on, and it's really by Jeff Jarrett. But Dean Malenko gets the win here on WCW Monday Nitro. And Deborah will raise the hand of Dean Malenko.
Will Malenko strut, though, with Jarrett? I doubt it. He's not a strutter. He's a fighter.
And he's staring right at the duo there. There is your winner, fans, the Iceman, no emotion. We continue with the action of WCW Worldwide Wrestling. 1 week from traveling the Black Hills of South Dakota, outside, outdoors, on a Saturday night in Sturgis. You know,
Out of sight.
That was wild last year.
Wild.
They were revving up their bikes and they were cheering for their favorites, booing their enemies. And you know, let me also say this, something we brought up.
That was just the Guerrero family.
Would you please leave them alone? Sturgis, this coming Saturday, 1 week from this Saturday, will mark the 1-year anniversary of Hulk Hogan's world title reign. He won it from the Giant. He spray painted the belt that night, you remember?
Oh, yeah. I remember. I'll tell you. I can be mean. It could be 1 year he had the title and that's it. Very easily. There's Hector.
Well, you're talking about a man who's very vocal about his brother. Now, I'm not talking about an uncle here. I know, I know you've had problems with every member of your family, I understand, but I can understand having problems with your uncle. But having problems with your brother, that just doesn't happen in families.
Oh, every family fights.
No, I mean, listen, I've got 4 boys at home, and they don't fight amongst each other at all. They all get along.
How many would you have?
4 boys at home.
Oh, one of each.
Let's remind the fans that next Saturday and on pay-per-view, it's WCW's Road Wild. From the great Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in Sturgis, South Dakota, Hulk Hogan and Lex Luger for the World Heavyweight Championship. Steiners and the Outsiders, plus Diamond Dallas and Kurt Hennig. The Giant to face the Macho Man Randy Savage. And yes, Ric Flair will be there one-on-one against 6 of the NWO. You can't miss this one. 1 week from this Saturday, it's WCW's Road Wild, only on pay-per-view.
You know, Hector Guerrero's a veteran. He's been up and down the road. He knows exactly what to do in that ring.
And this Eddie Guerrero situation has really...
You know, I heard the other day, I heard that Mrs. Guerrero, the mother of Eddie and them.
Here we go.
I hear she's very emotionally upset about this. I hear she's gone to see some therapy. I hear she's in tears. Whole family's falling apart.
Really?
Sure, no one's going to buy her a new serape next year for Mother's Day. I'd be worried too.
How about her chili, Brain? How's her chili doing?
Oh.
You always used to knock her chili.
No, I don't anymore. I keep it in case I run out of oil.
2 count by Calo. And almost had a press on Hector. And Hector now comes away with a forearm bash to the Trapezius muscle back into the corner we go.
Oh.
European uppercut all the way from south of the border that time.
Now her choice is pretty good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay.
It's good for holding furniture together.
Back body drop. Calo now sending down. Here's a cover. Hector 1, 2, and a 2 count. Road Wild is exactly what it means. We'll be on the road. It's going to be a wild event outside in Sturgis. 2 count. Maybe we'll go by the Happy Chef in Rapid City once again and see our good friends there, you and me, Brain.
No, thank you.
It's about the only place to eat. There's a cover. No, it's only a 1 count.
And I'll go out back and graze if you don't mind.
Why not?
I'll eat before I get there. Oh yeah, it's really a happening. You know, you talk about Woodstock, you talk about the Indy 500, you talk about Daytona, you talk about all these great sporting events, but Sturgis is just wide open.
Yes, it is.
You can really have fun there.
It is one of the most notorious events in the world, and WCW for the 2nd straight year is going to be there at Road Wild next Saturday. And here goes Calo.
You know, people think motorcycles, bikers.
Yes.
They think it's just a bunch of motorcycles and dirty bikes. Hey, some of those rides are $100,000 rides.
Yes, they are.
I mean, you got to see these bikes. He got him.
Calo gets a win with a lateral press on Hector Guerrero. And we're going to have more on Road Wild during the course of this program. Calo gets a big win, and the Guerrero family still in disarray.
There's a referee.
No, it's not the fan.
Or zebra.
Right now, we invite you to listen to this. And tonight, here in Detroit, live on Nitro, if Sting is here, James J. Dillon will make an offer for Sting to come back, to be in the ring once again and to wrestle. It's been 12 months, Larry, since Sting has wrestled, and
well, I want to see an offer that Sting can't refuse. It's been way too long, and WCW needs him in the campaign against the NWO.
Tony, huge news. Upcoming WCW Arena events will go on sale this Friday, August the 8th. We will be in Indianapolis, Indiana on September the 6th at the Market Square Arena. Tickets go on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. at the box office and Ticketmaster, and we can tell you that Hulk Hogan will be on the card in Indy. Also, Madison, Wisconsin, take note. We're headed to Madison on September the 9th at the Dane County Coliseum, and tickets also on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at the box office and Ticketmaster. We'll be in Denver for Nitro next Monday, and then on August the 18th in Birmingham, and we're headed to Nashville for the Clash on August the 21st.
well, here's the first, guys, and fans watching on. Jeff Jarrett and Dean Malenko will be together in a tag team match. It was announced this weekend that the duo would face Steve McMichael and Chris Benoit at Road Wild this Saturday, only on pay-per-view, but now they're going to go against the Guerreros, Chavo Jr. and Hector here on Nitro.
Guerrero boys, they know what they're doing, but boy, you get in the ring with Malenko, and I like this guy. Great on the mat. Jeff Jarrett, there he is, doing the Ric Flair shuffle again.
And as Deborah says, Jarrett and Deborah McMichael only align themselves with winners, hence the association with Dean Malenko.
Oh, is that what Queen Deborah says?
Well, remember, this is the same lady that left her husband for this guy, Jeff Jarrett. So, you know...
Well, so you know Jarrett's got more money than Mongo. Takes care of that.
It very well could. I'm not going to get into that, but
it's obviously he chases the gold. Jarrett's got gold. She's got Jarrett.
All right, to the midsection, here we go, as Chavo tried to get a quick start. And to say there's no love lost with the Guerrero family and Dean Malenko here, Mike, will be putting it mildly.
Well, certainly the case. We remember on recent editions of Nitro, matchups involving Hector Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chavo Guerrero and Dean Malenko, of course, Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko. And in every instance, the Guerrero family seem to have problems, especially where Eddie is involved. Tonight, it's Hector and Chavo together as a tag team.
Now, I wonder if you can really, when you say the name Eddie, put him with the Guerrero family. I know he's a brother of Hector, the uncle of Chavo Jr., but really, is he still a part of the family? Do they feel that he's a part of them? Look at that drop kick.
You know, I think they do. That's why they get so upset. They've always been upset at each other. Eddie is the common denominator in all the Guerreros' problems so far, but they're just a hot-blooded family, guys.
Well, Eddie seems to have turned his back on Hector and Chavo, but they seem willing to forgive him.
What is odd about this picture is the fact that Jarrett, the U.S. champ, won the belt from Dean Malenko. And now they are together. I mean, it wasn't but a couple of months ago that happened.
Certainly a case of the odd couple of WCW.
Side headlock, take over, and a head scissor that time. Good counter maneuver by Hector Guerrero here, and a shoving match going on. Fans, we have in this 3-hour special edition of Nitro, Luger and Hogan. You heard me right, and you heard Mike today say right at the start of the program, unprecedented in our sport, world title between these two men live on Nitro.
Especially since they're signed up for Road Wild this Saturday.
That's what makes it so special, and that's why we are so glad to have you with us. And there's a great maneuver that time by Hector. European uppercut here, Larry.
Yeah,
He's got the man in the corner.
He stopped for about 3 seconds, and right here, Hector makes big mistake.
He's in the corner here now with Malenko and Jarrett. Snap suplex, taking Guerrero over. Fans also, I said the Giant was here. He'll be here in a handicap match. Triple handicap match, thank you, where he will face 3 men. Alex Wright will be here. Chris Benoit against 6. How about that?
That's going to be a great matchup.
And the Stars of Mexico are here as well, plus Conan and a whole lot more. Glacier, Ernest Miller the Cat, and a whole lot on 3 hours of Nitro. Can you believe we've been 100 weeks now of Nitro? This is our 100th Nitro? It's incredible.
What a way to celebrate with this 3-hour program and all the blockbuster announcements concerning Sting and supposedly the bombshell that the Steiners are ready to unleash on the NWO.
And fans, you know, we've talked so much the last couple of weeks about your Nitro party. Nitro is such a phenomenon around the world, the Nitro parties as well. And we'll be giving you that information about sending us your videotapes and pictures of your Nitro party later on in this program. Here's a tag, and here comes Malenko. And Larry, what do you think about this teamwork with Malenko and Jarrett so far?
Excellent ring positioning right there. Jarrett slammed Hector in his corner. Was right there to tag Malenko. Look at Malenko. Look where he, beels him right over, right into the corner. Excellent tag teamwork here.
Down to the ropes to the other side. Hector, great veteran that he is. Good counter maneuver, got a 2 count, and he almost got a win on a sunset flip.
See, Hector should be making a tag. He's been in there too long. Again, the Guerreros, sometimes their tempers take over their thinking, and almost.
Got it again, so as you can see, Hector.
See, Hector's not making the tag.
And there's going to pay for it, picks him up. And you know what this is a prelude to, Mike, tonight?
Certainly is. Jarrett working on the leg, working on the knee. Smart move on the part of Chavo in the ring illegally, but at least able to break the momentum of Jarrett and Malenko.
Yeah, but
got him. Package 1, 2, and he almost beat him again. 3 straight times now for Hector, almost winning this matchup.
Yeah, Hector's, he's going good, but it's time to make a tag. More tags the merrier. Get over and tag Chavo.
Back elbow up on top. Malenko, that's a great counter move, fans.
Malenko's got a million of them.
Nothing flashy about it, just drop right straight back. The prelude now to the Texas Cloverleaf, and he's got him hooked.
He's sitting down on it. He's sitting down on it.
Jarrett made the save.
And that is all.
Awfully impressive debut for Jarrett and Malenko.
And now for the duo, Jarrett and Malenko. This coming Saturday, they will face the Horsemen, Benoit and McMichael. And let's not forget that lady standing right there is the wife of Steve McMichael.
Yeah, could motivate Jarrett Malenko. That could also over-motivate Mongo.
He's not going to strut, I don't think. Even though he had the invite right there from Jeff Jarrett. He is not going to strut at all, I tell you. 250,000 bikers with us in on Sturgis. Thanks a lot, Gene. That's tomorrow, WCW Pro, right here on Superstation TBS with Scott Hudson and the living legend Larry Zbyszko. Well, here we go for this matchup on WCW Saturday night. We talked about it so much. Steve Mongo McMichael, former All-Pro, now a Horseman, one of the toughest athletes in professional sports.
Impact player. Now that goes back to high school and before high school and on the street corners. Impact player Mongo McMichael is. He's proved it. He came here unheralded. Come right out of football. Super Bowl ring on his finger. Mike Ditka talking about it. Special interviews all over. Everybody saying how bad, how tough it was. Bellucci smoking cigars with it. Bottom line is he's proved everything said about him was right. I really believe that Jeff Jarrett is facing a doomsday type of situation with this guy right here, Mongo McMichael. And Eddie, I mean, this Guerrero's, are they messed up? Are they messed up? All of them? They're trying to get Eddie straight, and they can't.
Hector just said right there, I'm still going to do what's right, what I think's right, regardless of Eddie, his brother.
Eddie said that way back about a year and a half ago, right?
Well, Hector's been around a long time. He's a good guy. We've known that.
Well, Eddie's a good guy. I've known that family a lot longer than you. Don't be giving me no soliloquy on how long you know the Guerrero.
I'm not going to argue with you, but Eddie is not a good guy.
Not now. No.
Side headlock from Steve McMichael. Look at the power of Mongo here. Let me say this. I wanted to say it earlier. You made a statement that maybe if Mongo wins the U.S. title from Jarrett live at the Clash this Thursday, that Deborah will come back to her husband. I encourage Mongo that if he wins the title to tell Deborah, take a hike.
Well, you know,
win the belt, tell the lady to get lost.
I'm going to tell you what, coming from you, that's hardcore commentary. You know, I mean, you always are right, and you are unbiased, but it seemed to have got your dandruff up just a little bit, this situation, and that sounds like something I would say, but you said it, and maybe he already told her to take a hike, and I'm still going to beat up Jeff Jarrett. I'm still going to Texas whip him like he should be whipping, and that's simple. You know, that's whippings, Virginia whippings and Ohio whippings, everything, but you ain't had no whipping till you had a Texas whipping, and Mongo can give you one of them. And Guerrero's a Texan too.
Yeah,
and so they're giving each other a whipping right here on Saturday night.
Giving him an El Paso whipping right there is what he's doing.
Well, that's different than the regular Texas whipping too.
Thank you for qualifying.
You're right. Get her, send her on back to Bess Myerson and then people that did. There she is, Miss America. Because I think all she wanted to be was Miss America. And now
she is one of the most gorgeous women in the world. You can't
without a doubt.
But she has motives, and they're not good. In the corner goes Hector Guerrero. Mongo now. He wants that man to come out because he wants to net him with a three-point stance.
Yeah, if he hits Guerrero with this, Guerrero will be up there in the balcony.
Oh, boy, but Guerrero, with a headbutt to the midsection, took the big man off his feet.
Too much savvy. Too much tradition and knowing what to do. He's been in there with big men before.
And you can see that he has because he is working on the legs, which is your basic strategy point for a big man.
Football player.
Why is that?
Keep a big man off his feet.
Why is
neutralize a big man.
Break him down.
Break him down.
Okay. Just trying to enlighten the fans that you do know what you're talking about.
And Guerrero maybe using a little shortcut here, but maybe
that's all right.
You
need it when you're against a man this size, Tony. Any shortcut that he got, he needs to use it.
Mongo using the power and the strength here as he, with big sledgehammer blows, puts Guerrero to one corner to the other. There's the three-point, but Guerrero, he moved away.
Man, he ran right into it, too.
How about that? And
wow.
Guerrero
Oh, man.
slides down the back, sunset flip, too, and Guerrero almost came away with a major upset.
I'm going to tell you what, that would be, too. And he's still not finished with it.
Hector Guerrero, maybe this thing with Eddie has lit a fire under him because he has come to fight. Headbutt that time. Right underneath the chin. 1, 2. And the big guy kicked away in 2.
Boy, man, this is a good one right here. Stopped him in mid-flight. Got him up right now. Big power slam.
Wow. Mongo is awesome. They gonna drop him down too. Gonna pick him up maybe with this patented tombstone pile driver of his.
Wow.
Oh my!
That's it. Turn him out. This party's over.
Mongo wins.
Yeah.
And he now goes on.
Good effort by Guerrero.
He now goes on to Nashville, home of Jeff Jarrett.
Hey!
Who's coming out.
All right.
Deborah's right behind him.
Oh, man, just as you said, taking out his limbs. I'm going to guarantee you right there. Boy, that is really devastating to Mongo McMichael.
Jeff Jarrett focusing on the leg of Mongo. is trying to do here.
Figure four.
He's going to try to break him down, Dream, before the Clash this Thursday.
Wow. Look at this right here, fans. I guarantee you, this is more than you bargained for right here.
We've got some help. It's
the Horseman.
It's Benoit, and there goes
McMichael is hurt.
Jeff Jarrett. Well, the Ultimo Dragon may no longer be the television champ, but that does not take away from his abilities in the ring. And we know that he has the return bout coming up at Fall Brawl side against Alex Wright. He has the ability to win the title back once again. All right, Chris Benoit and Hector Guerrero will go one-on-one here on WCW Saturday night. And fans, do not forget, as Hector Guerrero makes his way to the ring, the encore presentation of the Clash of the Champions comes your way this coming Thursday, the 28th of August, 10:35 p.m. Eastern Time, and only on Superstation TBS.
And you don't want to miss that. Let me tell you something. I talked to Hector, before we came out, and he even, understanding what's going on with Eddie and all the Guerrero family and all these things. I was standing there looking at him, and I thought back like in the late 70s, you know what I mean? Where I watched Chavo and Hector Guerrero, and they were bad guys. They had an attitude problem. And sometimes the offspring go ahead and just say, well, that was all right to do it because they did it. But that's not right. Because Hector told me, he said, bottom line is you got to remember where you came from. Love the fans, go out, participate, don't turn your back on the family. That's where he was coming from. And I'm talking about Eddie, not Hector. But that's what Hector told him.
I know, but Hector's in the midst of
like you wasn't following me.
Hector's in the midst of a fight right now. And that's what I was kind of looking at. And Hector that time almost really bucked up to him and said, hit me again. And up to the top rope, and head scissor takeover. Another one. Hector has come to fight here against Benoit, who swats him away on that one.
Yeah, he just walked out from under and really used his hand to swat him away. There's a lot of anxiety, or whatever you want to call it, Tony, in the body of Chris Benoit. I mean, Horseman, what's going on with Kurt Hennig, that whole thing that he went through this past year, I guarantee you, this young man needs to get back on track and go after a major title. But they got a major title in their camp right now.
They sure do, U.S.
The
title.
United States Heavyweight Champion.
Kurt Hennig was certainly a good partner for Ric Flair this past Thursday on the Clash, even though he said...
Should we tell him what he said, or do you want to watch a replay?
Tell him what he said.
Well, they asked him, say, are you a husband? He said, no. No, you aren't. No, you're going to be. And he said, no. Said no 3 times. Flair said, tell him. And he walked away. Then they ended up talking about, well, it was a great match, and they were good together. You're right. You hit that on the head. And right here, this young man right here, Chris Benoit, I'm going to say it again. What a match he is for the Horseman. Him and Mongo bring new life blood to that unit. And Kurt Hennig could really nail that thing down and go ahead and make it solid once again.
And then now we have a little anger from Hector Guerrero here. You know, Benoit has the nickname the Crippler, but that really does not say it all for Chris Benoit. He is a complete wrestler. We call Luger the total package. Maybe Benoit should be the total wrestler, or the complete wrestling machine, because he certainly is that. Into the ropes, up and over the top. Good maneuver by Hector. 1, 2. Could not get really the legs over the shoulders in time. And that was a great counter move by Hector again on Benoit.
Yeah, but he almost caught the heel of his boot right there in the nape of your back, and that would have really took the wind out of him. That was a bad move right there. One behind, go behind, switch, elbows, seeing it all. Heel Saturday night, got it now.
And the crippler crossface on. That quickly. He can snap it on you. He's done just that. And this one is in the history books. The crippler wins again. This combined with the win by Flair and tag team action, Mongo's title win, showing us the Horsemen are back as never before. That smile across the face of Sting spoke volumes about what we want, what he wants. And then in the face of that, you saw earlier...
That's what we want too. Go ahead.
Yes. You saw earlier what Hollywood Hulk Hogan did. It's very easy, and it proves nothing to beat up the head of WCW, or even to beat up an announcer. It proves absolutely nothing.
Exactly, and the point of the matter is they took this past Nitro as an opportunity to belittle, degrade, to run down, to make a statement of sarcasm you will, about WCW. And I'm going to say it one more time and get off of it. But it got to stop, and it can stop if we got the right 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys, 8 guys going in there every time they do that mess and jumping on them.
Now, let me say this, the same thing I said to Eric Bischoff a couple of weeks ago when he graced us with his presence at the broadcast location on Nitro. Chris Jericho here now, of course, against Hector Guerrero. I know Hulk Hogan will go down as one of the greatest, maybe the greatest of all time. But if he does not face Sting, if he continues to run from Sting, which is what he's doing, then it will be that big blemish on his career.
Well,
I can tell you that right now. How good would Joe Frazier been had he not fought Muhammad Ali?
that's a good point. And you laid it right out there in layman terms.
They'll say in years from now, if he doesn't do it, they'll say, boy, wasn't Hulk Hogan great? And someone else will say, yeah, but.
It's like my man Dale not winning Daytona. I mean, it's all them adjectives, you know, to talk about with all great athletes. But let me tell you something, it's going to come around, Tony.
Well, it doesn't look good right now, Drew.
No, but it don't look good, but it could all really turn around and head our favor at War Games, most dangerous match in pay-per-view. I'm telling you, you got to buy, must buy. Inside that steel cage, strange things happen and careers change. As we see 2 great athletes right here. Guerrero, Jericho, matchup on Saturday night. I can't wait for Hennin to come out here. Kurt Hennig and Conrad, NWO, WCW Horseman style after the embarrassment that went on right here tonight. Don't change that dial. It's Saturday night. I guarantee it's going to be right.
Very interesting matchup here, Dream. When you think about what we have coming up at Fall Brawl, now we have Eddie Guerrero meeting Chris Jericho with the Cruiserweight belt. His brother Hector now facing Jericho here. Interestingly enough, you would think that Hector would be the man to maybe try to take Jericho down a few notches, soften him up. But with what's going on with the Guerrero family, I know Hector's thinking about his own self.
Well, they're in disarray, too. That whole family is in disarray. Now, when I took Alex Wright's side a while ago, earlier tonight, I will not take the side of one Eddie Guerrero, my homie, as I call it. I've known that family so long. I don't like what he's doing. I don't understand now what he's doing. It becomes a money thing with some guys, and that's wrong. That's wrong.
Return bout coming up at Fall Brawl next. Next Sunday only on pay-per-view. 2 count.
I would have asked Hogan this 3-4 years ago. The love of the game. You know what I mean, Tony? You've got to have a love for the game, no matter what it is. I know there's a great match going on, but the love of the game has been gone now. Everybody, it's a money situation with them guys. Well, money and power, power and money, money and power, power and money.
Well, Dream, it's like that all over the sports world.
Well, there's a few of us left for the love of the game.
Knee to the midsection, and down goes Jericho, and Hector Guerrero.
Well, that was not across the neck, but right across the abdominal section there, and I just can't understand why guys nowadays stop and talk to somebody. If I'm going to filibuster on somebody, I'm going to knock him down and get over him and then filibuster on him. I'm not going to dance around him, you know what I mean? I used to dance a little bit. I might have created dancing, you know what I mean, in the ring. I was a great dancer. You know, that was part of my psychology of how to get my repetenda off of balance of the opponent. I was a good dancer, but my bionic elbow spoke for me. My bionic elbow spoke volumes for me. I was a dancing bionic elbow. I should have thought of that years ago. We could have maybe made a lot of money with a T-shirt or something like that.
You are maybe fans. We'll get to see the Dream dance this coming Wednesday.
You keep saying I'm going to dance at the Irma Hotel.
At the Irma Hotel, where he'll make a special appearance for the designers of the Wild West first annual fashion show.
Gonna be great.
Trace Adkins will be there as well.
Oh, I might do a little more singing than dancing.
I'm sure you'll do a lot of
I'm telling you, I can't wait to get out there. Nothing like being a cowboy. I hold on to it dearly.
So it's out at
Cody, Wyoming.
Cody, Wyoming. The Cody Auditorium is where the show will be held, and of course then at the Irma Hotel they'll all gather. 2 big days of it.
What do you mean they'll all gather?
I know
like
what you'll be doing.
Like we'll all gather around a watering hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now feed our horses.
So to speak, you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whiskey for me and water for my heart.
One. Got a 1 count only.
It's going to be a great event. Can't wait to be out there Wednesday to see all my fans. Back to the action here on Saturday night. Nothing like Saturday night. A great Saturday night is always better when you're watching TBS and WCW for so long. Now they're just exchanging back and forth. Guerrero got tired of it and used the noted hole of all holes, the fingers in the eyeball. And that will stop and cease
anything.
Aggression, yeah.
Anything at all.
It will. It will stop it. But don't use it.
You're telling me not to use it, right?
Yeah.
I tell you, that we need more of those fingers to the eyes from WCW to
you mean
NWO.
in the course of battle here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving out of the way. Cover. 1, 2. Jericho almost got a win that time as Hector had run into the corner with reckless abandon. How about a headbutt?
Yeah, big time headbutt. Held right into him right there. Going to try to snap him over in the suplex. Maybe a brain buster. Might get him right for the fight. Right here. Went into a suplex. Missed the brain buster. I really believe he wanted the brain buster. And that's straight down on your noggin. Not prone like a suplex is.
Straight down is right.
On your noggin.
On your noggin. Coming up, fans, at Fall Brawl, we have 2 big title matches. Jericho. Here's a sleeper now by Hector. Jericho to defend his title against Eddie Guerrero. And, of course, Ultimo Dragon and the TV champ Alex Wright. And then, as you know, the winner of Jeff Jarrett and Dean Malenko will go on to Halloween Havoc to vie for the U.S. title. A rollout. 1, 2, no. Hector had... Oh, good maneuver that time by Jericho to get out of that.
Yeah, I thought Hector had him on. I don't know why he let go of that sleeve. I'm trying to figure that maneuver out, even though he did go into the rope. I'd have kept it on just a little bit longer. Springboard off the second rope. Missed it.
Hector gets up. Jericho will shoot him into the rope. Face first goes Hector Guerrero, and that's into the lion tamer.
And I couldn't have followed that with a roadmap. I was looking at that. They had me dumbfounded. Did you ever get mesmerized?
Yeah.
I mean, as they were crossing and obviously it worked. He fell right into it. But, yeah.
Right into what we have called for many years the Boston Crab.
Exactly.
He calls the lion tamer.
Well,
and it's one of his premier maneuvers, and it gets a win for Cruiserweight champ Chris Jericho.
Well, right here on Saturday night, Chris Jericho, lion tamer, gets him to the pay window. Guarantee it, guys. WCW needs to get to the big pay window coming up on pay-per-view. Fall Brawl right around the corner.
Still to come, a return match. High voltage Public Enemy. How about that? Both Kurt Hennig and Conan and much more on Saturday night. The biggest one-on-one cage match the sport has ever seen.
All right, I was going to give you my take real good. You talk about a matchup. I want to get this out of the way before these guys get in the ring. This is going to be great right here. Let me tell you something. Never has Piper looked better than when he walked in the MGM Grand Garden Arena when this thing started a year ago.
1 year ago, right?
I believe he was on top of his ball game right there as far as wrestling was concerned. During that time, he's been torn down, ripped, stomped on, rode on. His family has been drug into the streets by the NWO and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I really believe that's what is driving him. I don't believe he is in good a frame of mind as he was when he walked in and filibustered the first time. But can he withstand this Hollywood Hulk Hogan NWO thing to make it to this cage and be able to walk out of there and do another movie? I mean, we're talking about career here, and it could happen. I really don't believe, Tony, it's my opinion, that he's in as good a frame of mind or shape that he was a year ago after what's happened with him in the NWO. Now then, that said, here we go.
Yeah, here we go with Rey Mysterio Jr., the man who will go into Slim Jim Halloween Havoc to face Cruiserweight champ Eddie Guerrero. He takes off his mask. He'll present that to a fan as he does that. You know, Eddie Guerrero donned a mask, tried to fool everyone as El Caliente, and was defeated by Rey Mysterio.
He was pretty good at El Caliente, I must tell you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He did.
And he had everybody like dumbfounded there for a minute or so. But let me tell you something about that. Now you're looking at Rey Mysterio Jr. going in there against another Guerrero. And Tony, this is what I'm trying to say about the NWO, and they're closer than brothers. Even though Hector don't agree with Eddie, okay? Even though he don't agree with him, that's blood, and it will always come out in the end. So Hector will give a go here to Rey Mysterio Jr. See what I'm talking about? So with the NWO, that's like they bound for life, as they said.
Yes.
So they got something in store for not only Dallas Page, not only Piper, you know what I'm saying? Not only Larry Zbyszko, we better watch out. We better come armed and dangerous.
And Lex Luger.
Yeah, and Luger, that's what I mean. We better come armed.
Rey Mysterio Jr. using the quickness here against Hector. One of the Guerrero brothers, and Hector on the outside, all the way to the floor.
He whirly-bird him right out there, got his equilibrium thrown off, and he is out there. Now watch out here.
Here he comes. Oh, my goodness. A suicide dive. Head first, Hector goes down. So does Rey.
And he was a long way over there. I'm talking about Hector Guerrero. Suicide dive is so true. It can happen so quick. And if you miss, it's like committing suicide.
Now, not only Rey Mysterio Jr. and Eddie for the Cruiserweight Championship at Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc, but also Mongo, McMichael, and Jeff Jarrett. They had quite a fight, I understand, in the locker room area after they finished their match Monday on Nitro. And as we said Monday on Nitro, it's pretty much a known fact now that the two, Mongo and Deborah, no longer live together. They are legally married. And it's been a strain on the career of Mongo McMichael, I can tell you that.
To say the least, and that's one big guy you don't want to get strained.
But, you know, and the reason for all of this, the reason Deborah has walked away from him, and here's a big pick up in a backbreaker, and sided with Jeff Jarrett, she saw Mongo as someone holding her career back.
Well, that's the word on the street.
That's what they say.
But I'm going to tell you what, that's, yeah, and I'm going to tell you about that big old boy from Texas. Celebrated athlete all his career, always been on top. You look for him to come out of this thing swinging. I mean, let's just be personally, hate to be on the whipping end of a bad Mongo McMichael when I met him. So Jeff Jarrett better prepare for that. You can't run around with another man's wife and not expect to get your hiney kick. Or at least tried kick. You know what I mean? Tried kick. I got your girl kick my hiney type stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, the way she slapped him the other night. My goodness.
Man.
A lot of emotion in that slap as well. Hector trying to pick up Rey Jr. Backflip. Look at this. Oh, and he moves up on top. Almost got him over.
Very clear, close right there. And I was going to say very clear. It's very clear to me. One thing is for sure, that Rey Mysterio Jr. is right back on top of his ballgame. He's a hard man to beat. He's a hard man to beat. This might be it, though.
2-0.
Good
maneuver by Hector coming off the ropes. Added spring that time and reversing that body splash. Now into the corner. To the gut. Vertical suplex maybe. No, he's going to put him up top.
Yeah, he's going on up there.
I don't know, but you would think you want to keep Rey Mysterio off the top.
Yeah, and see it backfires on you.
Yes,
we talked about that earlier in the program.
And it has here.
Uh-oh.
Rey is up on top. Got him over with the Hurricanrana. 1, 2, 3 to beat.
I knew that Hurricanrana was coming.
Wow, was it ever? And you know, that really, the way he ties you up, there's virtually no escape from it.
No matter how big you are, you can't get out of there. He could Hurricanrana a big guy, too.
Yes, he could.
And he has.
Here it is again, Dream.
I hear you right here. A suicide dive on the outside, springboarding and all that things that go along with it. Hector makes a mistake right here. Hurricanrana him right out there in the middle.
Your winner is Rey Mysterio Jr. And now we go back to the locker room area for Mean Gene Oakland, who'll be talking to Cruiserweight champ Eddie Guerrero.
Well, you know, Lee, there's been a pattern that's been developing over the course of the past month or so at WCW arena events that we call house shows.
Yes.
Guess who's been appearing? Guess who's been coming on the scene to get under the skin of the NWO? None other than Sting. Who knows? Will Sting make special appearances in either Salem, Virginia tonight or at the Scope in Norfolk tomorrow? You have to be there to check it out.
Well, as Mike said, he's done it in the past, and I think in light of the big press conference, the signing Tuesday that you were witness to, Mike, we've got to expect Sting anywhere and everywhere. And of course, Monday Nitro, fans from all over the northeastern United States meeting at the home of Kevin Bacon and Will Smith. And
We'll be meeting at their home?
Well, actually, we're going to be in Philadelphia, which is their hometown.
Oh.
Yeah, the Core State Spectrum. And you know what wrestling's like, Philadelphia style.
Oh.
And Monday Nitro, they've been begging for it. The faxes have been coming in, the phone calls, the letters, and WCW obliging. Monday Nitro coming to the city of brotherly love. And it won't be the Liberty Bell making that beautiful chiming sound. It'll be the clank of bodies and heads as we get down to business on Monday night here in Philadelphia. Barbarian and Hector Guerrero on our main event exclusive this morning.
Well, I know that the WCW broadcast team is certainly anticipating a return to the city of brotherly love for a couple of reasons.
Always.
Oh, one, of course, that great crowd at the Core State Spectrum that we experienced the last time we were there. Another big crowd expected this Monday night, as well as an opportunity to go by and check out some of those Philly cheesesteak sandwiches.
Always looking for an opportunity to do that. Hector Guerrero trying to ride Barbarian like man of war, slips down into a pinning combination, a 2 count. Mickey J, the third man in the main event exclusive this morning. Hector Guerrero and Barbarian. I mean, guys, two distinctly different styles, but two veteran wrestlers. Hector, a more scientific wrestler. As you can see, the Barbarian, much more of a brute. You add in the mouth of the South as another element, and Barbarian is very tough to beat.
Right, two of the most experienced wrestlers currently competing in WCW, as we see the nice go behind. Oh, Hector Guerrero receives that back elbow from the Barbarian, but does not connect with that elbow drop attempt. You mentioned the two completely different games. Hector Guerrero was really one of the first of the flying luchadors to come on the scene here in the United States. Barbarian is going to try and ground him, but well, good luck when he's up on the top rope.
Your
at this
point is about to be made here,
Up and over the top ring post, connecting with a move that they call a plancha in Mexico. Here in the States, we call it the flying cross body block.
Hector Guerrero may have been one of the first to do it. And I will tell you, he still does it better than just about anybody else. And he's going up again. Mike Hector on the third rope.
Perched up on top. And, oh, well, that cross-body block is met by that power and strength that we talked about from the Barbarian, and he just dumps him in the corner, just throws him in.
It really is a meeting of clinical wrestling. A pure technician like Hector Guerrero against a man like the Barbarian. Pinning combination by Hector, rolls him up for the 2 count.
Well, as we've seen, when Hector Guerrero is able and allowed to fly, he's been in control. Barbarian needs to stop that and mount a power and ground game of his own.
He hasn't been totally able to ground Hector Guerrero at this point, although he unceremoniously slams him down, and he's going to pick him up one more time. Look at this. He's going to slam him again.
Oh, dropped him down right across the knee, stomach first.
Hector's getting slammed more than a screen door on a windy day. And Barbarian's just the guy to do it. Now, Hector, he's got a job of trying to somehow neutralize Barbarian, but it will not be this morning on this edition of the main event. It was strength over speed. Barbarian, your winner. But I'm telling you, I thought it could have gone the other way, especially when Hector Guerrero, as you pointed out, one of the first to do it. That was a picture-perfect move, and I hope we're going to be able to see it one more time in our WCW Snickers replay.
Total change in momentum in this matchup. Hector Guerrero, when flying, was in control as we see that springing move up and off the top, crashing into Barbarian on the concrete. But it was just a matter of time until the power game came into effect. Drops him down, stomach first across the knee, and then follows that up with what he calls the boot of fear from one half of the Faces of Fear tag team.
The winner on the main event exclusive, it is the Barbarian, led by Jimmy Hart. And certainly when you team them up with Bing, they become a very formidable combination, one that could contend indeed for the tag team champions of the world. Now don't go away. I've got some Halloween questions to ask you, Iron Mike.